Shalom, shalom, shalom. Out here once again, the prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, America, which is spiritually Egypt, Sodom, Rome, Nineveh, all the Assyrian Empire, all the ancient empires wrapped up into one. America has become the province as ancient Egypt. So, once again, out here, the prophesy the downfall of this place, of this wicked kingdom. And they give warning to our people, so-called Negro, Latino, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. So first and foremost, I'm going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of Great Millstone, who are well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all the Israel, raised accepted not. And a sincere salutation to all the octave pushing the truth and speaking the truth. But the four winds of the earth, the entire world, shit like the whole lit. Shalom to the outwalk who are listening and learning. You few sisters who are listening and learning. Come next with another lesson. The truth, fact, fake notification of data application. Lord, what is the edifying? I'm Isaiah from Jim Orlando County. And again, I hear the prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great. And as America, Babylon the Great is falling, the truth is coming out, man. The truth is being revealed in Babylon the Great. I was listening to the elder from LA, Mawat Dasab, which is out now about this whole thing with they're trying to kill off billions of people, which was on the Georgia Guidestones. But the elder was playing an old clip from this chick. I forget the chick name. The chick that was invited to the Davos meeting. She was saying way back, and the elder said the video was from back from like 2005. So the truth is out, man. As we know, the Lord raised up Elder Albert Bivens, which was John the Baptist reincarnated, to come back and prophesy the downfall of this kingdom, Babylon the Great. In the Bible, America known as Babylon the Great. So, again, as the Lord's son, John the Baptist, reincarnated as Elder Albert Bivens, and this when this truth came out in the 60s, and it tell you in Obadiah 1, the Lord said when the so-called white man set his nest amongst the stars, this will he bring them down. So when they set their space station up, that was the downfall of America. That's in Obadiah 1. When he set his nest amongst the stars, this will he bring them down. Right? Then they established, I did a lesson on this a while ago, they established women to go to the plantation, right? They set up, I forget the woman's name, I did a lesson on it. The woman that came out with women trousers. All that was a role in the downfall of America, man. Women going to the plantation, women wearing men's garments. That was the downfall of America, man. That was the downfall of the so-called white man's last empire. Which this is the last empire. America, Greek was established on, first and foremost, was established with wickedness, right? Greek empires, when they established the sword, they established their wickedness. They tell you in our first Maccabees 1, right, that transgressions increase and multiply. As the precept to that is in Proverbs 29. Let me read it. Because see, the Greek empires, when they established the sword, is when they established their wickedness. The Roman Empire is when they magnified their power, their wickedness, the sword. But the American Empire is when they perfected their wickedness. So when you read in First Maccabees 1, this is First Maccabees chapter 1, and I'm going to read the point. It reads, let's see here. Verse 9, and after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves, so that their sons after them many years and evils were multiplied in the earth. So after Alexander the Greek died, then it's for a general to put on crowns, right? And it said wickedness, it say and evils were multiplied in the earth. Now the precept to that is Proverbs 29. It said the same thing. They go hand in hand. It's Proverbs 29 and 16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgressions increase. See? When the wicked are multiplied, transgressions increase, but the righteous shall see their fall. So the Lord said he's going to expose the so-called white man in the end time. Let me get this. See, all the hidden agenda has now became mainstream media. All the hidden agenda that the so-called white man had. When you read Psalm 64, matter of fact, I'm thinking about some of the precepts right now. Let me get this. 2 Thessalonians 2, in verse 5, it reads, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. See, it was a certain time the Lord had the so-called white man hid his agendas, who they really are. So I was going to get Psalm 64. And when you read this chapter, I'm going to read one. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the wicked. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. So everything is through his policies, his legislation, his democracy, his draconian measures. Over and over, we got to keep bringing this out. His constitution, right? His statutes, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect being the Israelites. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in evil matter. They commune of land snares privily. They say, who shall see them? And I was listening to the video Elder Knock had did, and man, he was pulling some points out that this guy I forget the guy. He played in a lot of movies, but he was going into a lot of points, man, about how Esau, them bastards, they crafty, man. This whole hidden agenda is a crafty counsel of the wicked. But now it's all exposed because the Lord got it. Well, you got even Jakes bringing it out that work for the so-called white man that's in Hollywood. Different type of journalists. They done lost, some of them lost their lives for it. You got Edomites bringing out. But the point I'm making is the hidden agenda that the so-called white man had for years is being revealed, man. Everything about the secret society, they ain't secret no more. And the Lord said it in Luke, what's that, Luke 8 and 17, right? Let me read this. They encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune them land snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquity. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So their whole agenda is to weaken so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indian nations. This is their whole agenda, to weaken us. What they said in Psalm 83, we got to cut them off, that there may be no more a nation. So verse 7, but God shall shoot at them with the arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded. So now, we seeing the so-called white man being weakened. They are being wounded. Hey, what's saying Hebrews 4 and 12? The words of the Lord cut like a two-edged sword, right? So they wounded us, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, West Indian, and Haitians. The so-called white man wounded us with lies, slander, with the sword, bitter words. Well, we are wounding him with the words of Yahweh Shema Shah. And like it say in Genesis 3 and 15, they shall bruise our heel and we shall bruise their head. So now, their heads are being wounded. And there's plenty precepts prove that. You got Habakkuk 3, Amos 9, Ecclesiastes 36. He's wounding all the heads of the wicked, the elites. So all that hidden agenda now is being exposed. You read verse 7, but God said, shoot at them with the arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded. So now we looking at the so-called white man being wounded, man. They walk around here with skinny jeans on, man. The so-called white man pushed that madness. Skinny jeans, chemtrails, GMO food, contaminated water. They control the resources. So why we eating GMO food? Why are your women walking around with pants on when they should be wearing dresses? Because the so-called white man passed them laws, them wicked decrees, which goes against the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son. A woman should be wearing pants. Men should be wearing dresses. But this is what happened. This is what has happened in America, Babylon the Great, which America known in the Bible as Babylon the Great. And it's the worst. It's the greatest province of its time, but it's the worst. It's the worst. You can worship any idol here. You can follow any religion here in America, no matter what it is. That's against the Lord, man. Well, the truth is out. So now, how the so-called white man wounded you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, West Indians, and Haitians, now the Lord is wounding them. Because now the elite is taking back the wealth from the average white people. The common white man is losing generational wealth and white privilege. They don't got it no more. The elites is taking it back. So now, the common white man is down, he down here suffering with you common Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. So now the Lord is weakening them, man. They've been weakening us for, their whole job was to weaken us. They say they shoot in secret at the perfect. So they've been weakening us for generations. Now the Lord is weakening them. Now they wounded. You see all these guys coming out with information? Because the Lord has shot up. It said, but God said, shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded. So now you got people that's coming out ready to lose their life to expose the elites, man. I'm sure that chick that brought the information out, she gonna wind up stinking. She ain't already dead. She gonna wind up stinking somewhere if she ain't already dead. But she did say, before the elites do something, they want the world to know about it. That's one thing she did say. Before they push out something, they want the world to know about it. Because who can stop them? Nobody can stop them. This is Luke 8:17. It reads, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. So, as the title, as Babylon falls, all the truth is coming out. All the truth is coming out in this place. All the hidden agenda that the so-called white man had, his people is revealing it. And you got some of his people is willing to die for it. Because a lot of them done died about this, man. A lot of them Edomites done died by bringing out the truth. Like your boy, what is his name that brought out the MOTB? Nick Rockefeller.
Russo?
Aaron Russo. He died about this, man.
Captain?
Right. They died about to bring the truth out, man. You see, the scripture tell you that the so-called white man, he hates truth. He's a liar. He's the forger of lies. Hey, you got the Lord put the spirit on them. Hey, they probably might be Jakes. It might even be no Edomites. It could be a Jake. But the Lord got them Edomites exposing each other, man. But that's the scripture. The scripture said they shall make their own tongue right here. Verse 8. Let's go back to Psalm 64:8. See, they wounded now. The Lord has wounded them. They've been wounding us. So it's payback.
I got it.
Oh, I'm right here. Psalm 64:8. Verse 7. But God shall shoot at them with the arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. So now he said all that see them shall flee away, right? When you go back to Daniel 2, it said he shall mingle himself with the seed of men. that they should not cleave one to another. Even though the Lord given the nations another Edomite option, which is Putin, but they fleeing from Babylon the Great, man. The wickedness that has been done here is now exposed, man. What they call that hidden agenda, it's out. And you don't gotta know the grimy, deep down, how they just chopped up. No, we know. They drink blood, right? The Lord says, since thou hast not hated blood, blood shall pursue them. So that's both ways. They love to eat, drink blood. Show you who the Lord gave us specifics on who we dealing with, man.
Yeah, like the brother brought out, a lot of this information comes out from so-called Edomites, what appears to be Edomites.
Right.
You know, brothers ain't just talking about Edomites drinking blood out of nowhere. It was some whistleblower that brought out the information. More than one.
Yeah.
Which shows you this ain't a far-fetched idea through the spirit. But again, all of these things have to come out toward the end.
Right.
Esau eventually has to take off that mask.
Right.
Scripture say the son of perdition will be revealed. And once he's revealed, he's just gonna take the mask off. He's gonna say, fuck
Right.
playing the nice guy. I'm gonna just show y'all I'm still that conquistador.
This is Job 15:5. For thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty. See, this the tongue of the crafty been him from the beginning, man. When he was in the garden with Eve, Eve said he beguiled me. Beguiled is another word for being crafty, man.
Yeah, he said, thou shalt not surely die.
Right.
I mean, you ain't gonna die right then and there, but death is coming.
The devil's coming. That's some crafty. That's something crafty to tell somebody, man. Thy own mouth condemneth thee, and not I, yet thy own lips testify against thee. And it's coming out, man. It is beautiful because the Lord got, man, I'm listening to Elder Mawatazak, man. I had some those three, I put it in the chat. Man, and the chick got her own website. I put that in the chat too. It's called something new. He said she got a lot of good information. I said, I got to go in there and look at it, man. Because that chick brought it out. What they talking about going to happen in 2025, they were talking about that back in 2005, man. So it show you they were talking about it way before then. Because their whole goal is to control everything. Resources, people. The resources, they want to control all the resources and human resources. That's it. These niggas, I'm reading this article, which I had did in a lesson about a few weeks ago. They taking AI, robots, planting seeds, and cropping. They said they don't need human resources no more, as far as dealing with crops. So you got AI robots planting seeds, and they picking it when it's harvest season. That's madness, man. But that's the so-called white man. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing, though. One thing we can say, he's doing a perfect job. He's doing the perfect job that the Lord gave to him, man.
Yeah, it's Habakkuk 2:15 in the NLT. It says, what sorrow awaits you who make your neighbors drunk? You force your cup on them so you can gloat over their shameful nakedness.
Wow.
And that's that so-called democracy.
Man.
We're gonna give the Middle East democracy. Y'all tore their whole nation up. A perfect example is they was defending women in Iraq. Well, when Saddam was in charge of Iraq, they had 34% of women in parliament. By the time Esau got done with it, it was 6%. Wow. So all the shit that they said they're gonna do to help people is really just a disguise for them to do what they really want to do, which is covet fields and take them by violence.
Right.
And now the jig is up. Verse 16 reads, but soon it will be your turn to be disgraced. Come, drink, and be exposed. So now the Lord is making you drunk with truth. Right. You can't get it off the highways and hedges. You can't get it off the internet. No matter how many pages you delete, the truth is still coming out, man. No matter how offended people become, the truth is still out here. It's spreading, man. All right, continuing, it says in verse 16, Habakkuk 2:16 in NLT, but soon it will be your turn to be disgraced. Come, drink, and be exposed. Drink from the cup of the Lord's judgment, and all your glory will be turned to shame.
Yep. That's what happened, man. Hey, and Esau, the reason this is happening because he's greedy, man. He's greedy that to say Habakkuk, he can never have enough. And he can, oh, let me get verse 10.
Because the scriptures say the throne is established by righteousness.
Right.
It's an abomination for kings to deal wickedly. Because once you deal wickedly, it's a time limit on your kingdom.
Yep. Oh, what's that, what he told Nebuchadnezzar? Many.
Yep.
Your kingdom has been what? Numbered? This is Habakkuk 2 and 10. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house. Matter of fact, verse 9. Habakkuk 2 and 9. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. So this is what they have done, man. He had consulted shame to his house by destroying other nations. By first putting his hands on the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, West Indians, and Haitians. That's already you done cut your house off by touching the apple of the Lord's eye. But then you went, oh, we got them, then we can take anybody. See, if they figure if they can get their hands on Israel, if they can conquer us and take the land over, we can control the whole planet. But they don't understand the Lord let them do that, man. Because without the power of the Lord, they couldn't have did nothing. They'll still be in the cage right now, man. Right. Right. And the scriptures say that. What the Lord gave them was a trap, man. It was, when Isaac blessed Esau to live by the sword. He never told him, listen, son, I love you, but you know you're going to die by this same sword. He didn't tell him that. Why? Because it was a trap. It was a snare, man. How far are you willing to go because I gave you the power? Are you going to go to the stream with it? And that's exactly what they did. The so-called white man went to the stream with his power, man. Oh, the Lord said that, Zechariah 1 and 15. Right? Let me read it. Shalom. This is Zechariah 1 and 15. Show you that the so-called white man went overboard with his power. It reads, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. So then you got the one in Isaiah 47. It's Isaiah 47 and 6. It reads, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient has thy very heavenly laid thy yoke. So you ain't just laid a yoke on it. It said very heavenly you did that.
Hey, young and old. Hey, even their own people. Because they have this term, I forget how you say it, but it's a term for people who are above 65 that still gotta work, even though they're technically qualified for retirement. That means Esau at this point, he don't care about nobody, even his own people.
Right.
Because his own people are included in that, man. When you deal with the veterans and all the issues that they suffer from, a lot of those veterans are Edomites, the ones that are out here on the streets. So Esau don't care about his own people, man.
Right. Amen. I was listening to an elder who got the woman, he brought the streets up the other day. This is Proverbs 30 and 22. For a servant when he reigneth, let me read verse 21. For 3 things the earth is required, and for 4 which it cannot bear. And so it said the earth cannot bear this.
Right.
For a servant when he reigneth, and a fool when he is filled with meat. For a servant when he reigneth. This so-called white man is a servant that's reigning, man. The earth, it said the earth, let me read this again. Proverbs 30 and 21. For 3 things the earth is required, and for 4 which it cannot bear. For a servant when he reigneth, and a fool when he is filled with meat. And he's filled with meat. He get, what's that, Job 9:24? The earth was given to the hand of the wicked. Right? He's filled himself with all type of meats, his dainties. That's the so-called white, but that's his lot though. But it's a servant that's reigning, man. Well, he's exposed now. And as bro always say all the time, nobody hang out with a so-called white man because he the Edomite. No, it's because he controlled the resource. He got the bag. So even though they'll never get to a rich Edomite, maybe the one that I hang with from the job, maybe he give me some access. Maybe through him, I can get close to something.
Maybe he'll give me a leg up.
If I can just get me a white friend, maybe I can get some access to some type of generational wealth and white privilege.
This is why a lot of our people are scared to speak on this.
Right.
Because they still waiting for their consolation.
Right.
So they try not to jeopardize their future consolation. Some of the ones who ain't got the bag yet, the reason that they hear this word, they shame-faced, a lot of them are rebellious against Yahweh Shema Shah. But in the back of their mind, a lot of them think that they still gonna get a gift from Esau.
Yep.
They still think that they, just in case my real estate pop off, my business pop off, I don't want to offend nobody. Nah, man, the Lord about to destroy this place, man.
Yep.
And all of our people who have coddled Esau, Edom, and tried to get under his good graces to get a favor, you're gonna be embarrassed in that day. It's gonna be your shame.
Right. I've been bringing this out all week damn near. This is Proverbs 10 and 28. The hope of the righteous shall be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked shall perish.
And this is righteous. But in a wicked world, wickedness looks like righteousness.
Yep.
Wickedness looks like life.
Yep.
That's why when people hear this word, they look down upon it, they make mockery of it, because they live in such wickedness. Wickedness is so normalized that righteousness is offensive to them.
Yep.
So when they hear these words, they're offended. It ain't like it's not true. They can't come up and argue about the validity of the conversation. They just offended at the words, man. But
Again,
as the scriptures say, there's no cloak at this point.
right.
Nobody has a cloak. Nobody can say they never heard the words of the Lord. Because this is the mind of the Heavenly Father being published for everybody to hear. The Lord say he didn't speak in a dark corner, man.
Again, it says, the hope of the righteous shall be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked shall perish. So the expectation that the so-called white man has is to perish. It reads, the way of the Lord is strength to the upright, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. The righteous shall never be removed, but the wicked shall not inhabit the earth. So let's only appoint. So we seeing that their kingdom is falling, man. And it's a slow, but it's a steady process, man. In the same way the Lord did Antiochus, he's destroying the so-called white man's last empire from the inside out, just like the Roman Empire, man. I'm sure the Greek Empire felt the same way, because there's nothing new under the sun. Trying to take, the Lord, Psalm 75. The Lord said, because this is all about his pride, his arrogance. Like I said, he went too far with the sword. How far are you willing to go? And he went to the furthest extent, man.
And them small hats is a perfect example. What them niggas over there doing,
Man.
that's Esau with his mask off.
Right.
You want to see Esau, a raw Edomite, a raw, unfiltered Edomite? Right now, you dealing with diet Edomites.
Right.
They ain't took their mask off yet. That's why they still nice to you. Hey, Jerome. Hey, Derek. How you doing today? Them Edomites over there in the land of Israel right now, what they doing to those Ishmaelites? That's Esau with his mask off. Killing civilians and then doing handshakes to them. That's how they get down, man. It's just Jake done been seduced by Esau's words being softer than butter. They forgot who they dealing with, man. It's the same man.
Same guy. Yep. This is Psalm 75 and 4. It reads, I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked, lift not up the horn.
Yeah, a fool ain't supposed to be nowhere near power.
Right.
Nowhere near power. They're not supposed to have no authority. But the Lord said he was going to show his power in Daniel 4th chapter by setting up over the world the basis of men.
Right.
So the Lord showed his power by taking a fool out of a cave, the children of fools out of caves, and propping them up as the leader of the world, man. And everybody followed him. Well, now the jig is up, man. As they say, as they have that old ancient saying, the emperor has no clothes on, man. Now he's being revealed for who he actually is, man.
Right.
Not who he pretended to be.
You got it.
Psalm 55 and 23. But thou, O God, shalt bring them down into the pit
Right.
of destruction, bloody and deceitful men, shall not live out half their days.
And that's why it's spiritual, because now the Lord has the prophets out on the highways and hedges, putting this man to shame in his own kingdom before it falls. Saying, there you go, right there. If you didn't know, before, now you know who Esau Edom is, man. Now you know who the son of perdition is. Telling our people to repent, but this is the shaking of the hand. And it starts like this. Even in Esau's court system, the verdict has to be declared before you actually go through the punishment. They have to say he's been declared guilty. Based on the evidence, we found him guilty, and this is the charge.
This is Proverbs 11 and 7. When a wicked man dieth, his expectation shall perish, and the hope of the unjust man perishes. You see, this is the expectation of the so-called white man is to be destroyed, man. The Lord said he gonna give a remnant of Israel the expected end. The expected end of the expectation of the so-called white man is to perish, man, by the sword, by his own sword, man, his own brother. These bastards have done too much in the earth, man. I was saying earlier, women shouldn't be wearing pants. Men should be wearing women's garments, man. We shouldn't be eating GMO food. But prophecy got to be fulfilled. And to understand Yahweh Shema Bashar is marvelous, man. Because we understand why these things are happening. 2/3 don't know what's going on, man. But we understand, so it's more giving our praise to Yahweh Shema Bashar, because we understand these things got to happen for the kingdom to come, man. This place got to go down. Esau Edom, this place got to go, man. Everything in America is defiled, man. Everything. Everywhere you turn, everything is defiled, man. The people, the food, the animals, the air. Everything is defiled, man. And there's only one way to cleanse this place, and that's with fire.
It's going to be a factory reset.
Right.
Esau has his desire, his great reset, but the Lord has a great reset in store. And this is why we desire the will of Yahweh Shema Bashar. Because if Esau was allowed to reign and rule, what does that look like as far as a rulership?
Man.
The world is completely digitized and controlled, and you no longer eat real food at this point. You don't eat real food now, but it only gets worse. By the time BG, Bill Gates get done with you, you're gonna be eating crickets, freeze-dried crickets, and they're gonna ration your shower water.
Yeah.
By the time they get done with you, if the Lord don't come back, it's a game over. It's a checkmate situation.
And they showed us in that movie Soylent Green, man. They showed you. Food gonna be rationed, man. You're gonna be eating people meat, man.
People brownie.
Right. People brownie.
Green people brownie, man.
People bacon.
This is Psalm 75 and 4. I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked, lift not up the horn. Lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but God is the judge. He putteth down one and set up another.
And this is the ultimate display of the Lord's power.
Right.
And say, look, this is who gonna rule next. My son coming back to rule. All that shit y'all talking about setting up this digital 5G, I'm canceling your subscription. And I'm gonna set up my kingdom. And the Lord has men that are not respected in this world declaring that.
Yep.
Just to show the world you can't do nothing about my will. Once I say what I say, nobody can change that.
Right.
The Lord say he's not gonna turn back on his word. He's not gonna repent.
First Corinthians.
I got one real quick. This is Proverbs chapter 19 and verse 12. The king's wrath is as the roaring of a lion, but his favor is as dew upon the grass. And the world is about to witness the king's wrath, man. All right, the world don't have a respect and reverence for Yahweh Shema Bashar. So the world's going to have to get an demonstration is going to have to be made, man.
Right.
So that they can understand why fearing the Lord is important. That's going to be the factory reset on this place.
This is Micah 2 and 3. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil,
Yep.
from which ye shall not remove your necks.
Yep.
So all the hell you've been putting on all these other nations, now it's coming back to your family.
Yep.
And that's from the top elite Edomites to you regular Joe Schmo Edomites. You niggas ain't exempt.
Right.
Just because y'all losing now, you ain't exempt.
Neither shall ye go hauntily,
Right, ultimately, yep.
for this time is evil.
Every time is evil. Go ahead.
In that day shall one take up a parable against you,
And this is happening, man. This is the men standing in the highways and hedges taking up a parable against the so-called white man. The other nations doing it too.
Yep.
Every time you see articles in the news, that be them nations taking up parables, man.
Everywhere that nigga go, he getting called out. Nigga can't go to the UN.
Right.
Nigga can't go to NATO. Nigga trying to hop on TikTok. Next thing you know, if you didn't know about the white man 50 years ago,
Right.
everywhere he turned, he's like, damn, I'm being persecuted. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
damn right, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That goes back to Cain.
Yep, yep.
Then they go when they see me, they gonna slay me. Yeah,
Right.
you're being called out. Now the mask is being removed, man. Welcome.
even the so-called Irish is calling him out.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, the Lord say He gonna make Esau bear, man. Jeremiah 49.
Yep.
He gonna make him bear. It's his time.
We got made, man. Eve all over the internet telling Jake he ain't shit. Telling Jake he a brokey and a dusty.
Right.
We got put to shame.
Oh yeah.
You think you ain't gonna drink the cup too, man? Yeah, it's your turn. Now the world's starting to get on your ass, man.
And I had brought it out before y'all got here. Let me read it again. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 5. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what will hold it, that he might be revealed in his time.
And now Esau, even the so-called white man, is now being revealed as a nation of people. Who their biblical nationality goes back to.
Right.
What the will of the Lord is concerning what they've established concerning their empire. The Lord's about to destroy it. But before he destroys it, a taunting proverb is being taken
Yep.
up against you.
Yep.
Woe unto them that have stolen what doesn't belong to them.
Right.
You build your house on blood, and now it's coming back to haunt you, man. And we don't feel no pity for you.
And this is the time for you to be revealed, man. We in the time that the so-called white man is being exposed for the people for the people they are, man. For
Right,
the
just
wickedness they have done in the earth.
Just imagine our forefathers. Hey, such and such just got hung on Sunday.
Right.
Imagine how mad you is. You thinking in your like, I mean, I just saw him on Tuesday. Yeah, they took postcards. I saw he might cut his ear off. Could you imagine how mad you could be in that moment, knowing you can't do shit about it?
Yeah.
Now it's like the Lord forbeared it.
Yeah.
Now it's that time. And that's why you see men standing in great boldness. That same fire that was in them men that couldn't do shit about it is back.
Back.
Now it's mixed with truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got it.
It's Jeremiah 50 and verse 43. And it goes to show you that it's all of the Spirit of the Lord, because the Lord said that who shall rouse Judah up, man?
Right.
You know, the Lord took away that fighting spirit from our nation. You know, to see our people getting hung. Nowadays, Jake wouldn't go for that. But back in the day, they was going for that because the Lord completely took their fighting spirit away. He gave it to certain men like Nat Turner and certain rebellious men who rebelled, but that spirit wasn't amongst our people, man. But
Right.
now we living in the latter days to where the Lord said He will pour out His spirit upon all flesh, man.
Yeah.
Especially the elect. And now everybody is raising up. Not only the elect of the nation of Israel, but all these other nations against Esau.
Yeah. Yeah.
It says, Jeremiah 50 and 43, the king of Babylon have heard the report of them, and his hands waxed feeble. Anguish took hold of him, and pangs as a woman in travail. And now the kings of Babylon heard the report of the Israelites. That's why videos getting taken down.
Yep.
That's why brothers can't say certain words. That's why brothers always on watch with what they say. It's because the king of Babylon has heard the report.
Yep.
The average Edomite has heard the report. That's why they walk past the camp with their heads down. Because they already know what the message is. They've seen the signs.
Yep.
You best believe they done had a brother yell at them going in the stable.
Yep. Crunch time.
They in their own kingdom, man. And now their hands are waxing feeble because they're losing the grip. They had Jake in a grip, bro.
Yeah.
They had our people in a grip. But now that grip is loosening up, man. The Lord is causing Esau's grip on the world to loosen.
And it becomes feeble, meaning you weak. Right. So the grip that they had is weakened now.
Yeah, it's
Ooh, that's
it's
cold.
weak. Because he had, through his enchantments, through his witchcraft, he had the world in a chokehold, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now, like, like Alex Pereira or one of these UFC fighters, they're slipping out of that chokehold.
Yeah.
And now Esau getting put in that triangle, that triangular choke, man.
This is this Job 20:18. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he have violently taken away an house which he built of not.
The man had economic hitmen. He had the height of his power. He don't even, it's certain shit he don't even have to
You
do
don't
no
gotta
more.
do, yeah, man.
Nigga done invented
Yeah.
economic hitman. Economic violence. Everywhere this man goes, violence follow him, man. Now if you don't use the sword, he got economic violence. He saw the devil, man.
Real
Back
good.
up on that. Which is Proverbs 6:30. Men do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all his substance to his house.
Right.
Verse 33. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away.
Right. This shame that covers Esau is not going to be wiped away.
Right.
See, he was able to put a thin layer of paint
On
of
that
deception on that wickedness.
On that
On
rug.
that rust.
But now it's being uncovered. Now it's being scratched off, and people are seeing him for who he actually is as a nation of people, as a collective. You don't get to say you Brian from New Hampshire no more. That shit don't work. It can work with 2/3 of our people. That shit don't work on us. It don't work on the Lord, most important.
For jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content.
Hey, hold on. So it said, read that again. It said, jealousy is the rage of a man. Right? Read it again.
Jealousy is the rage of a man.
Right.
Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance.
So we know when you're reading Exodus 34 and 14, it said the Lord is a jealous power, right? Then he said Israel is the apple of his eye. So you put your hand on Israel. The Lord said he loves Israel, man. So one more time.
Yeah, we a little fuck up, but we the Lord's fuck up.
Right,
Don't get it
right,
twisted.
right. Don't
right.
get it twisted. Right, right,
We the chastised children.
right. The Lord say, I wounded thee
Right.
with the wound of an enemy. I did it. So we gotta wait on the Lord. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's why the Lord was like, until they acknowledge their offense.
Right.
The Lord was waiting for the elect to acknowledge, like, damn, we fucked up, Lord. We really blew it. We out here and we fucked it up. 2/3 of our people, they just refuse to acknowledge it.
Right.
But that's all the Lord really needed. The elect to acknowledge their offense
Right,
and
right.
turn to the Lord and believe when Yahweh shot.
Man.
And now, revenge is coming.
Yep. Yep. Man.
Proverbs 6:34.
And that's what the world forgot. The Lord loved us, man. This little shame we had to go through, you calling us niggas and treating us like shit, that was a temporary thing. The Lord is coming back to avenge what you did to us there.
Right.
And our brethren.
Right.
The so-called Hispanics and Native Americans.
Bless you too, brother.
The Lord's coming back to avenge that, man. That's why it ain't nothing good coming to America but destruction. Thus saith the Lord, man.
Proverbs 6:33. A wound and dishonor shall he get.
And they deserve that. You impaled our people, man. Dad, you put them on posts from their butt to their mouth, man. You did that. You butt broke men in front of their family.
Bro.
And you want us to just pretend like this shit ain't happened? Because you giving out jobs in Nike Techs.
They
Right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
They put 8, 9-year-old boys in the electric chair, man. Completely inhumane. What they call inhumane nowadays, they was doing to Jake on a regular Tuesday, man. Putting Jake to death, 8, 9 years old. It was an 8, 9-year-old in South Carolina, man. They got caught kissing a so-called white woman, man. Threw them Jakes in jail for 3 weeks without seeing their parents, man. Beat them, everything. And we supposed to just we all be red, brother. Fuck all that, man. The Lord not don't get down like that, man. The Lord is a jealous power, man. He's jealous over his woman. You know, the nation of Israel is the Lord's woman. And can't nobody just keep putting their hands on your woman, man. I'm the only one that can touch her.
Right. I was listening to I was mentioning earlier. I was listening to Elder Adnan, and he was playing some clips. You know how you play the clips and put the scriptures up. Yeah. So one the Jake, he's playing a lot of movies, but he was talking about how Esau experimented with Jake during the Tuskegee, giving him feeling, but still like it wasn't for the healing. So watch to see how long the different ones died.
Yeah.
And then he's like the same thing with this nigga Andrew Jackson with the Trail of Tears with the blankets. Seeing how long they gonna walk before they drop dead with the fucking blankets with the smallpox, man.
Not only that, they were experimenting with uranium on us to see how long we'll last under those conditions.
Hey, a lot of modern medicine derives from Jake being tortured. A lot of modern medicines, like cures we have today,
And they still doing it.
yeah, they come from Jake being tortured. Like the whole birthing thing, man, the whole anesthesia thing.
Right.
They laid Eve on the slab and experimented on it. Okay, what does this do if I stick this on this part? This part of her spine, this part of her body. And they just kept experimenting. I forget what they call it, but when they just had headaches, they used to drill holes. Lobotomy. Drill holes in your forehead to stop the headache, man. That's some of the modern day medicines that we take today derive from Jake being tortured. All right, seeing how long they can last, what the symptoms are on the body. Clinical research.
I got a headline. It says, father of gynecology who experimented on slaves no longer on pedestal in the NYC. They had this man statue up. Oh, this is the father of gynecology. He was experimenting on Eve, man, because they believed that we had a higher tolerance for pain. This is what they want Jake to just la la la.
Hey, you know why? See, it all making sense too, man. You know why they felt like they had a higher tolerance of pain? Because they know that we the sons of God, man. They know that we, that's what the Elder Tyler had brought out. In the lesson he did the other week. In the book it's called Negro Beast. When he said that they the same color, he said the Negroes are the same color God is. In the book Negro Beast. So that's why they did. Oh man, they probably take way more pain than we can. These the Lord's people. They gotta be strong. They strong enough in every aspect of everything. Yeah, man. And it all making sense now. As we get close, at the title of the lesson, as Babylon falls, all the truth is coming out, man.
Because 2/3 of our people, they demons, but they still caught hell on the inside too.
Right. Yeah.
You know, they still caught that hell on the inside, just they refuse to repent. So the Lord got to turn up another notch.
Right.
Oh, real quick, just to get this point. So it says, New York City has removed a statue of J. Marion Sims, that was his name, a 19th century gynecologist who experimented on enslaved women from a pedestal in Central Park.
They have instruments named after them. Proverbs.
Yeah.
We getting on Eve, she caught hell on the side too.
Yeah.
Proverbs chapter 6, 33. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away.
It said a wound and dishonor shall he get. That's fire. A wound and dishonor. But the Lord despised their image. Well, this goes back to Genesis 3. The Lord said, thou shalt be the lowest beast. Right now, he said, thou art cursed above all cattle, and upon every beast of the field. Right? On thy belly shall thou go. Then it said, verse 15, they shall wound thy head. Thou shalt wound that they bruise thy heel, but they shall wound his head. So this is a permanent wound. You got it. Read one more time with that. That's fire.
Proverbs 6 and 33. A wound and dishonor shall he get.
Hey, before they got to power, what was they? They was in dishonor. You got it.
They have to hide in the
Right.
little rocks. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. For jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance.
That's your Howard Shot, man. It says he's coming back with the anger of Yahweh, man. You got it.
He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts.
Mm.
Right. Them bribes not gonna work.
Right.
Because that's what those gifts go back to. The scriptures talk about a gift destroying the heart. It's really talking about bribes. And that's what Esau does. He bribes people to keep them silent. Why the reason people can't speak on them small hats is because of the bribes. You might lose your job. Your job is a bribe.
You're gonna lose it. It's guaranteed.
Your job is a consolation bribe. It's still a form of bribe. If you can't tell the truth, if you rest judgment because of it, it is a bribe.
Right.
You ain't just because you ain't in no suburbs in Atlanta with a 5-bedroom house don't mean you ain't taking bribes.
It's heavy because that Psalm 49 and 6 talks about though they got riches, he cannot redeem his brother from Lord, from God, man. He can't pay a ransom to the Lord.
That second Exodus 9 chapter says they received gifts, but not of me.
Right.
You know, our people receive a lot of gifts from the so-called white man. Namely, like the brother's going into, namely your job, man. Esau give you a little cushion from the average Negro, Latino, Native American Indian. And then now you think that you up there, man. So you do whatever you can to keep Esau, keep that status.
There's no way to see love.
And stamp all over your pepper, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's the type of society that Esau is engineered. And it's all being brought out, man. Because even his own people now are being stamped on by his own people.
Yep.
You got Edomites online crying. I gotta work 2 jobs.
Yep.
I gotta do this. Who fault is that?
Right.
Your grandfathers slew our people for the land.
Right. You to have generational wealth and white privilege.
Why you give it up?
Right. For the fight for that shit.
They about to. They damn sure
Right.
about
That's the issue.
Against their own leader.
Right. Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
About to.
Because we didn't take anything from you.
Right. Right.
And
Oh,
it was
man, it's gonna be beautiful, man.
massacring Jake. When the few Jakes that did get 40 acres of the mules, they ran them Jakes out of the city, man.
Yeah.
Whole lynch mobs.
They
Ran
wind
them out of the
up,
city.
they wind up losing it eventually. Yep.
Talk about pick yourself up by your bootstraps. It's all kind of records in history about how Jacob started a grocery store. And y'all allowing the nigga just to take his whole grocery store. Lynch the owners of the grocery store and then sell the grocery store at pennies on the dollar, man. I read an account of that. So that's why it's beautiful that the Lord is putting Esau to shame. Because you look at it, 60 years ago, the world looked at this nigga like he was the savior, man. They looked at this nigga like he was a problem solver.
Hey, but like you said, his opponents was not always wiped away. The reason why they looked at Esau like that, because they couldn't do nothing, man. That's how you look at a bully. When you can't really do nothing against a nigga, you just, all right.
One day.
Yeah. One day, because I can't really do nothing against you. That's how Ammon and Moab, all these other nations, that's
how they look at the so-called white man. Yep.
They went along with you, like they
have no choice.
They have no choice.
Hey, you can get down and lay down. But we'll take Esau taking all your shit.
Because Esau was laying shit down.
Right.
Fat Man Lou Boy, he was making the earth rock, man.
Yeah.
So they was like, you know what, I'll get down with it.
Yeah.
But now they got the power now. Now Russia's backing them niggas.
Yeah.
now they gotta fight in jail, man.
Right. Hey, that's why the people say he will leave no grapes, man. So he either gonna get down with him or he gonna take everything, man. Yeah.
And that's why scriptures describe this as the good news for Israelites.
Right.
If the Lord don't get in front of this, man, this is over.
It's over, man.
You be good, let you know, the Native Americans, if the Lord don't get in front of this ship, it's over, man. It's been over. But it's really over if the Lord don't step in front of this, man. That's why Yahweh Shemel Shah said, if he had not shortened the days, there'd be no flesh left to save. Because the way the world is going, these niggas gonna love video games more than real life. They already do.
They already do.
And the video game's only getting more realistic. These niggas gonna tap right out of reality. They make a 2K when you feel like you in the game, it's over. Come on, man. You make a Madden and make Jake feel like they actually in the game, it's over with.
And the sad part is too, Esau's made it to where the game is better than real life.
Yeah.
You can't do shit in real life. You can't travel. You can't go see nothing. You can't move around. You can't explore the Lord's creation. He got you confined in the four corners of your house. Damn near Monday through Friday, man.
Yeah.
So Jake and And now he got Jake addicted on these video games. Now they done lost all sense of reality. They ain't paying attention to nothing that's going on. Nothing.
That's why Scripture said the Lord's going to set up one that is profitable. That's the one they ignorantly call Jesus. That's the one that's set up as profitable. The reason the world is in disarray is because the one that's in rulership is a fool. He's the basis of men. And the world is a reflection of his mind.
This is Job 35 and 9. By reason of the multitude of oppressions, they make the oppressed to cry.
Right.
They cry out by reason of the arm of the mighty.
Yeah. And that's what we're doing through the Spirit of Pride out by Shemel Shah. Now, 2/3 of our people, they crying out in a different way. They crying out using perks. They crying out on lean, on alcohol, in the club every weekend, on the game. They crying out in a different way. Instead of returning to the Lord, they still being stubborn. Not acknowledging their offense. That's why the Lord's going to ultimately have to teach them this lesson through death by pain.
Yep.
But the elect are standing in great boldness and crying out in open field according to righteousness. Lord willing, we be a part of that number.
Like we read earlier, the head is bruised. As a nation, our head is bruised. And for the majority of our people that refuse the position, you know, they going out trying to doctor up their situation all these different ways, like the brother went into. They got a concussion, but they trying to, let me take some Advil, let me take some Tylenol, trying to find every other way outside of seeing the position, which is Yahweh Shai. That's why the Lord is coming to cut them off, man. Like it says in Sirach the 10th chapter, I got it. This is our Sirach 10 and verse 10. You can use this for Esau and Jacob. It says, the physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is the dead king from Yahweh shall die. And the Lord is coming to cut off this long disease that is 2/3 of our people. Because they've always, when you really look at it, they've always been polluted. They've always been sick.
Always, yeah.
The Lord has just allowed the sickness to reach an all-time high.
Yep.
To where it's a terminal illness, man.
Once they get malignant, get rid of it.
Yep.
2/3 they malignant. Ain't no coming back. They got to learn through death by pain on this side and then come back in their right mind. They got to be regenerated. They done blew it on this side, man. And this is what they've always wanted to do. Esau didn't introduce them to nothing. He just gave them what they thought was a license to be who they always wanted to be. This is who they always wanted to be.
Yeah.
Why them niggas wake up 8 o'clock in the morning to go slide on Jake? You can't get Jake to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning to put in a job application, but them niggas is riding around on perks, high as hell at 7 a.m. looking for another Jake, man. Just to brag about it on the internet. These niggas is through, man.
This is Jeremiah 24 and 1. Yahweh showed me, and behold, 2 baskets of figs were set before the temple of the Lord. They say before the temple of the Lord. After that, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had carried away captive Jeconiah, the son of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, and the princes of Judah, with the carpenters and smiths from Jerusalem, and had brought them to Babylon. One basket had very good figs. One basket had very good figs, even like the figs that are first ripe, which is the predestinated one. The other basket had very naughty figs, which could not be eaten. They were so bad.
Yeah, that's 2/3 of our people. These niggas in Chicago and everywhere else.
Yep.
That whole lifestyle done got exported.
Yep.
Because of the internet, them niggas is drilling in Dallas, they drilling in New York, they drilling in Jacksonville, all of them.
St. Louis,
They
Baltimore.
all doing it, man. They
Yep.
done turned their whole life into a Grand Theft Auto service.
Yeah, man.
But the Lord coming back too, though. And the Lord with all of that. Jake talk about the smoke. You don't know who you're dealing with, man. The Lord is a real bone collector, man.
Then said Yahweh to me, what seest thou, Jeremiah? And I said, figs, the good figs, very good, and the evil figs, very evil. They cannot be eaten, they are so evil. Again, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, thus saith the Lord, the power of Israel, like these good figs, so will I acknowledge them that are carried away captive of Judah, whom I have sent out of this place into the land of the Chaldeans for their good.
Hey, Jeremiah was amongst those evil figs, man.
Right.
He was amongst the evil figs. He seen how evil they were. They can't be eaten. They were trying to kill Jeremiah, man. They were so evil.
He had compassion for him for a while.
Uno le prefirió decir puta, yo no pienso en
Because he
nada,
seen
güey.
it like, man, you can't.
Vexation.
Yeah, he like, Lord, you can't, Lord, kill these. He went from praying for him to praying for their
Kill
good
these niggas.
to kill these niggas, man. Please. And that's it. And that's
Oh.
really the transition that the elect go through. But when we're at that number, they go through that transition. Like,
Like every time.
when you first come into the truth, you want all your nation
You
to
want
get it.
everybody to give it.
But then you start to realize, damn.
Hey, and that's crazy. That's even in your house, like your family. You want all your family to get it. Then it's like, man, fuck them niggas, man.
Because you can't even get a nigga to change his diet. And he got gout. You can't even get a nigga to change his diet and he got health problems.
It don't make you nothing. It's for his benefit.
Right.
To show you. But
Man.
you hate Jake because you love him.
Yep.
It's a weird way, but it's like you hate Jake because you love him. Man. We love our people through the spirit, but 2/3 they done, man. The love the Lord gonna show them is death by pain. That's
Right.
the only love that they gonna get on this side.
So it reads, verse 6, Jeremiah 24:6, for I will set my eyes upon them for good, and I will bring them again to this land, and I will build them and not pull them down, and I will plant them and not pluck them up.
Hey, now that reminds me when Yahushua made the statement that y'all are in my hands and I'm in my Father's
Right,
hands.
right. No one can pluck you out of my hand.
Right.
And the Lord said, well, he took a grape of the cluster.
Right.
So that good seed, the Lord got it in his hands. That's why the Lord said, look, be as pilgrims on the earth. Meaning we not settled there. We not finished there.
Right,
We in transition. We in the hands of the Lord willing.
Right.
We in the hands of the Lord until the right time. The Lord gonna scorch the earth and then he gonna move some sand out the way. Boom.
Right.
Let
Here
me
we
plant the
gonna
good
plant.
seed.
They're not roots, we
Let me
plant.
plant the good seed. Let it
Done,
take root.
done.
Like it said, what's that? 2 Ezra 4? Is it? Let's say the seed, the wicked has to be moved before the righteous can take root.
There's 4, maybe 8.
Let me look it up.
I think there's 8.
But the Lord said that good seed is in his hands. And that's the remnant of our people.
Right.
Are considered the good seed. So the Lord's gonna scorch earth and he's gonna plant that good seed. And through that good seed, the rest of the nation is gonna come back in their right mind.
So it reads, verse 7, and I will give them an heart to know me, that I am Yahweh, and they shall be my people, and I will be their power, for they shall return unto me with their whole heart. And as the evil figs which cannot be eaten, they are so evil. Surely thus saith Yahweh, so will I give Zedekiah the king of Judah, and his princes, and the residue of Jerusalem that remain in the land, and them that dwell in the land of Egypt, and I will deliver them to be removed into the kingdoms of the earth for their hurt,
Right.
to be a reproach and a proverb, a taunt and a curse in all places where thou shalt drive them. And I will send the sword, the famine, and the pestilence among them, till they be consumed from off the land that I gave unto them and to their fathers.
Now what you notice is the Lord first said is the taunt and proverb,
Right.
the shame, the
Right.
captivity.
Yep.
And then what he
Yep.
said, I'm gonna chase them with the sword.
Yep.
So since they didn't accept the correction through being a shame, a reproach unto the earth, the whole world look at us as base men, as inferior. That's how the whole world pictures Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We're inherently criminals.
Right.
At one point they said that we were inherently cowards until we had to fight and die in their wars.
Yep.
As if that isn't enough, Jake still won't get corrected, so the Lord gonna chase you down. You like walking niggas down, the Lord gonna walk your ass down.
And the sword ain't just coming from the heat, it's coming from your own people.
Right.
Hey, that's why the elect are mad too, man, at 2/3. And that's why the Lord is mad at 2/3, man. Because he really hate Jake because they're doing it to themselves.
Yeah.
It's like wasted
Right.
potential. Whenever you see a Jake that's just wasting their potential, it's like, damn, what the fuck are you doing, man? Oh, you see all these tall ass, 6'8" ass niggas, and they moles.
Sorry, yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Just a bunch of wasted space.
The worst ones, man.
It's Jake. It's like Jake. We have the ability to be the salt of the earth under the power of the Lord. And here it is, Jake just settling for nothing, man. That's why the Lord is like, that's why the Lord angry. Like, why would you take my spirit, my gift, and throw it away, man?
Big Goliath goofy,
He
dude.
made y'all the rawest nation on earth, and y'all wouldn't be niggas.
Yeah.
This is Ezekiel 36 and 17. Son of man, when the house of Israel dwelt in their own land, they defiled it by their own way
Yep.
and by their doing.
This same shit they doing now, they was doing it in the land. And all this shit our people doing over here, they was doing it in the land, pretending like they love the Lord.
Right. Hey,
Now you ain't gotta pretend. Now you can be who you always wanted to be
Yep,
under
yep.
Jesus Christ. That's why the Lord ain't give him his name. That's why 2/3 of our people, this word falls on deaf ears. Because when they had it, they were still doing this shit.
Look, so hold on, so you finna read that, because I want to read this, because this is what King David said. It's Psalm 55:9. Destroy, O Yahweh, and divide their tongue. For I have seen violence and strife in the city.
Right.
Day and night they go about it upon the walls thereof. Mischief also and sorrow are in the midst of it. Wickedness is in the midst thereof. Deceit and guile depart not from her streets.
Yeah. Jake pretending to be right. You're trying to finesse it, brother.
Right. Here you go, right? Verse 12. For it was not an enemy that reproached me, then I could have borne it. Neither was it he that hated me, that did magnify himself against me, then I would have hid myself from him. But it was thou, a man, my equal, my guide, and my acquaintance. We took sweet counsel together and walked into the house of God in company.
That's why we yearning for the Lord to return, man.
Right.
Because even though we have the truth, man, it's still bittersweet.
Yeah.
Even though we have a similitude of our culture back, it's still bittersweet, man. You know, our people aren't old. You still got Jakes out here that Shalom, Yahweh, Shalom, go foul, man.
Yeah. Niggas stab you in your back. Last verse he say, so King David was like, let death seize upon them, and let them go down quick into hell, for wickedness is in their dwellings and among them.
It sounds like Jeremiah. This is Ezekiel 36:17.
Man,
Son of man, when the house of Israel dwelt in their own land, they defiled it by their own way and by their doing. Their way was before me as the uncleanliness of a removed woman.
That's a minstrel rap.
Right.
Hey, when you look at the trend of the prophets too, man. You look at Nehemiah. Jake was always contending with Jake, man. Nehemiah, Ezekiel, Jeremiah, Paul, the apostles, man, they were always contending with Jake. Because Jake is the one that's going to come against you the heaviest, man.
Ezra.
Unto this day, I mean, they approach us like they want to, battle.
Right.
They want to throw hands.
That's why the Lord say he made our forehead hard, man.
To show you the prophets weren't like men.
Right.
The prophets weren't no flyers. Come see Elijah. Nah, they was chasing Elijah down, man. They were being persecuted for the word of Yahweh Shai. They weren't considered famous men. They weren't in the markets being called rabbi. When you think about Yahweh Shai walking the earth, he wasn't being called rabbi in the markets, man.
Ezekiel 36:19. And I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dispersed through the country.
That's what the Lord said in the book of Judges too. He said he's going to leave us among the heathen. Therefore, he said that way he could prove Israel, man. He'll prove who the elect going to be, because living amongst these heathens is supposed to vex your spirit, man. It's supposed to vex you day to day, even to see your own people, man. You got it.
And according to their way and according to their doing, I judged them.
Right.
Jake ain't slip and fall in captivity. This ain't no accident. Jake ain't no, we earned this one. Jake was doing this, the same shit they doing now, Jake was doing back then.
In the kingdom, man.
All these spirits, they just coming back doing what they've always done. Just real quick, it's Isaiah 1:21. How was the faithful city becoming harlot?
Right.
It was full of judgment, righteousness lodged in it, but
murder.
now murderers.
Murderers, man.
And now they brag about that, they glory about that. I got 10 on my belt. I done caught 8 ants. Just a bunch of murderers, man. A bunch of, man.
Low life niggas.
Come on, man.
Hey, and those murderers encompass you pastors too, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, they said in Michael 3.
Yeah.
They said they flayed the skin from off them.
And that's
Chop
what
their
they
bones and put it in the damn pot, man.
and that's what they doing, because what they're preaching to the people is leading them straight to their destruction, man.
Yeah.
You telling Jake, come as you are, they not changing no way. They're not changing none of their evil ways. So they're just out in the world, just going as they are, man. Getting Jake, leading Jake straight to destruction, man. Murderers, you pimps, you niggas, man. You gangbangers, all you Jakes, man. You murderers, man. And the Lord don't get down with that. That's why there's a change in the earth, man. because the Lord is got fed up with the way that Jacob's going, man. The sins of Jacob's reached the Lord, man.
Yep, yep,
And now he like,
Right.
man, I'm tired of that, man.
yep. Hey, that's heavy because, you know, it takes Revelation 18 that the sins of Babylon have reached the heavens, reached God. Jacob's the number one consumers on the earth, right? The so-called white man, and this ain't the nigga that the Lord made him a tool for us in captivity. It was the Lord that put us in the situation. But he just, like you say, he went overboard. He helped forward the affliction. So Jake is, so like bro just said, Jake see.
To the Lord, man.
Hey, Esau was an amplifier.
This is who they want. They always wanted to be.
Facts, man.
Man.
This why the majority of our people don't want to
Man.
leave this place.
Right.
The reality, as broke as they is, 2/3 of our people they don't want to leave this place
Man.
because they enjoy being able to have their little piece of wickedness.
Right. The Lord done took Esau and turned him to a punch 1,000. Plugged into Jake ass and Jake is there.
Hey, that's why,
Man.
hey, it's cool. It's spiritual too that the serpent is the one that amplified Eve.
Right.
And now that serpent is turned into a dragon.
Right.
And now he done amplified the whole nation
The whole nation,
to
man.
do wickedness, man. Because they know, Judith the 5th chapter tells us, these other nations know.
Hey, man, go ahead, you got it.
No,
got
you
it.
got it.
No, I'm just gonna say, you know, in Psalms 83 when they said, "Come and let us cut them off for being a nation," right? They know we the Lord's people. The elites know this. So what we can't stop them. What we can do is fire these niggas, right? Make them look like he's the accuser, right?
Right.
Man,
Because they can't win any other battle.
you're right.
They can't play the numbers game because we scattered. They can't
Right.
play that game. They can't
Right.
play the carnal war game because, hey, if the Lord didn't take the spirit off Gad and Reuben, Esau,
Right, Esau was he'll be through, man. Them time, you know, man, putting them niggas to flight, man.
Man. So he had to win the war by deceptive means. That's why the scriptures say his heart is deep, man.
Man,
He's always searching out iniquity, how to get us to fall. That's why it's pork and all the food in the menu, man.
right.
That's why in certain even toothpastes, man.
Yeah.
In the jail capsules that he got, it's
Yeah.
pork and all the different foods and the things that he promotes. Then he got you sending by that clean shaving shit, man.
Yeah.
You know, oh, you gotta look clean, you gotta look
Right,
representable.
Presentable.
Presentable.
Right.
You know, he got you going off by that. Then he got you going off by this whole ABC agenda, man. Everything he got out here is designed to make Jake go off so that he can stay on top.
I remember I had an interview one time. They got to my, you willing to shave? I said, no.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry to waste your time, but no. Hell to the no. Hell no, I don't give a damn what you think. But hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Crazy hell. I ain't taking shit. But yeah, man, this devil's crafty, man. One way or the other, he got you eating pork. You drinking in a plastic bottle, whatever, man. Every time you want to get you a sub, you got to ask you, I don't give a damn if it's Jersey Mike's, this, whatever sub shop. Hey, do y'all meatballs got pork in that shit? Yeah, it got pork in it.
Yes. And we at a point now where the average person in this world, they don't care about it. They don't
No.
care about integrity. They don't care about truth. They trying to survive. They trying to distract themselves from their own reality. But the Lord, that's why the Lord said, we will stand up for you.
Oh, I'm watching you know, the little belly out stuff. Right. So, the wife, I forget her name. You know, the straight to the belly out, but the
It's
little
a remake.
series they got.
They got a remake, right?
Yeah. So she was telling her husband, when he got the law firm, and he said, listen, you can sell on compromise, or you can sell on integrity with his firm. He was selling on compromise. He was like, man, integrity is what's gonna build you.
And see, you know what? One thing Esau did, very smart by the way, he threw Eve off. Think about the mother of the 7 sons.
Yeah.
Imagine a woman like that in
Man.
every Israelite
Every
man
home.
household.
Man.
That's a battery in your back.
Yeah.
So Esau, as a cunning hunter, he took that battery and he turned it for his work.
Right.
So now Eve is totally consumed with boarding Esau's kingdom, whether she know it or not.
Yeah.
Some of them are doing it willingly, some of them are doing it ignorantly.
Yeah.
but they all refuse to return to the Lord ultimately, man. And it shows you that Jake don't respect integrity, because in this world, it's not rewarded. The Lord rewards integrity, but that reward takes time. And Jake don't want to wait. They want it now.
Man, that shit was heavy because, like, you know, he got his own law firm and, you know, he kind of going kind of crazy, but she was like, man,
Right.
don't compromise, man. Build your shit on integrity. I said, damn, that's heavy, man. But you got it, though. Like,
I got one real quick. This is Exodus 1:19. And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, but they are lively. And I delivered her, the midwives come in unto them.
Oh, true. Live. Yeah.
Eve a lively vessel. Man. She just, on this side, the majority of them were just used by Esau to pour his food.
yeah.
They know the glory of a man is a woman.
There's a woman.
And the Lord did that.
They know that,
Put us
right.
to shame.
Right. Yep, us being the women of the Lord.
Right.
That's why I always say, you know, there's nothing your woman can do to you that we didn't do to Yahweh, man.
Right.
But yeah, that's our glory is our women. The Esau know that, man. That nigga was playing the game before we was playing.
Right.
Hey, it tell you,
That nigga got all the blueprints, man.
it tell you, Sirach, the 25th chapter, it says, wine and women have they men of understanding.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
wars have been fought. Kingdoms have been toppled because of women, man.
So the woman.
You know how many fatherless children because of a woman? Messing with another man and end up trying to defend his honor and getting murdered by his own people.
A lot of street beef.
Yeah, man.
That's why the scriptures say not to exhort the women not to be vicious by them, man. You know, to occupy the affairs of your own house.
You know, being young with my wife, I mean, I watched what she wore out in the streets. I said, how can I defend you if I'm not there? You're going out just like that. So for many years, she's been wearing nothing but dresses, you know? And it saved me because, I mean, she's a beautiful woman, young in age. The time we went to Canada on vacation, and I was behind her by 2 or 3 car lengths. This Edomite ran across the street and grabbed on my wife. I ran up to him myself and what the fuck are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. You know, excusez-moi. She's very beautiful. I mean, just imagine.
That's why they don't supposed to be out, man.
Right, just imagine if I harmed this man, I would have been in the
Yeah.
And that's why the Lord
Behind
got
beauty.
That's why the laws, statutes, and commandments are set up that way. They're
Behind
set up
beauty.
that way to control that.
Right.
You know, and that's why the Lord set up the things that he set up. And our people look at it and say, oh, that's, you know, it's vain to serve the Lord. That ain't count. But then look at the world we live in when you forsake the laws of the Lord.
Yep.
And really, it hurts women more than it helps. They get to live their best life when they're young, but then they get older, they don't really have nobody.
They don't care about the nation anymore. They don't care about their sense of duty. You know, they don't care about the man that they with ultimately. But any woman to go out with you dressed scantily clad, she putting not only herself at danger, but you in danger.
Right.
But women back in the ancient world and even back during sometimes in the early 40s, they knew that they had that in their mind, like, okay, this might cause problems for me and him. Let me scale back.
Yeah.
But women have no regard nowadays, man. And that's why, hey, that's another reason why society is taking a toll down the drain, because these are the people that's raising the next generation. People who have no regard for nothing.
Hey, I was mentioning that earlier too. All the truth that's coming out because Babylon is falling. Like in Obadiah 1 when he said it nest amongst the stars, just really bring them down. So during the 60s, we had this woman, I forget her name, Elizabeth something. She made trousers for women. Right? They put women in the job in the 60s. Women went to the work, went to the plantation, women trousers. All that was the Lord bringing down this society, man. Hey, get out of Jeremiah 45 and 5.
Even the so-called white man's household took a hit.
Right. So he put his women to work first.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the so-called white woman that went to the plantation first, man.
Elizabeth Miller.
Elizabeth Miller. I did a lesson on her some months ago, man. So in the 6th, when the Lord said he gonna set his nest among the stars, they put women on the plantation. She made trousers for women. That was the downfall, man. And then it's saying, what's that, Isaiah 24, as the mistress, so is the maid, man. So the Edomite woman went to the plantation
The mother
first.
to the
Right.
daughter.
Right.
Eve follows suit.
Eve followed suit. Because the so-called white woman was in power.
Richness in the name.
Right. That's Isaiah 24. So now vice versa. And now the heathen women got to follow our success. But yeah, that was the downfall of the Lord bringing down the so-called white man's power and destroying 2/3 of Jake, man. That comfort, when the Lord said in Isaiah 3:1, he's gonna take away the stay and the staff. The stay, a staff is for protection. Beat a nigga over the head with that, right? The stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water. So the Lord taking away eating comfort, eating Netflix and chilling. He's taking away that type of protection you had. All that. But it fell in the 60s. You got it.
So, do you preach salvation?
Yeah, we
Are
do.
you Christian or
No,
Muslim?
we Hebrew Israelites.
What's that?
We Hebrew Israelites.
Okay.
We're not Christian nor Muslim. Those are man-made religions. Christianity is
Listen,
man-made
the Bible
religion.
says that you have to confess Christ to enter the kingdom of heaven. It says that's plain
Okay.
as day.
What's your point?
My point is, I want to know what you're preaching.
We preaching repentance.
Yes.
Yeah. To our people, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians and Haitians, the 12 tribes of Israel, the Lord's chosen people. The ones that these nations right here,
Yeah,
put
but
in
it's to
captivity.
the Israelites and the Gentiles.
No, the Gentiles are the Israelites. In New Testament, those Israelites, those Gentiles was Israelites that was scattered among those Gentiles. If you go back to the curse in Deuteronomy 28 and 64, the Lord said he was going to scatter us for disobeying his laws. He was going to scatter us among all nations. So these are the 18 nations the Lord created. So from 2 down to 18, the Lord scattered the Israelites among all these nations. So we're going to come back looking like everybody. So when Paul went to Rome, he went to the Israelite that was in Rome. When he went to Ephesus, he went to the Israelites that was living in Ephesus. That's why I tell you in Acts 2, it said Acts 2, listen.
Okay, go ahead.
In Acts 2, it said on the day of Pentecost, there was Jews, devout men from out of all nations, and they came to Jerusalem for Pentecost. That's in the law in Deuteronomy 18. Israelites got to go to Jerusalem 3 times a year. So in Acts 2, those were Israelites that was living among.
So you're saying the word is just
It's
for an
only for
exclusive
Hebrew Israelites, Negroes, Latinos.
It
Native
says
Americans,
to the Jew
West
and the
Indians,
Gentiles.
that the Gentiles are Israelites that was living amongst the heathens.
That's not how it all depends on how you interpret that.
What you mean interpret it? What did the Messiah say?
Listen,
So you saying what Paul did, right? What Paul did went to the Gentiles.
Paul was a Gentile.
No, Paul was an Israelite. Let's get it. Paul, did you know Paul say, I'm from the tribe of Benjamin. I'm the seed of Abraham from the tribe of Israelite, from the tribe of Benjamin.
Okay, so
Paul
you're
was-
saying
Paul
that
was from this
because
tribe.
I am a Gentile, that I can't confess Christ as my Savior and be saved.
No, you can't.
Oh my gosh.
No, you can't.
Exactly.
You're sending people to hell.
There is no place called hell. That's Christianity dogma. That's Roman Catholic dogma. Show it to me. Show me hell in the Bible. Show me hell in the Bible. I bet you can't do it. You sending people to hell. Hey, we sending their asses into chains. That's where they going. You gonna wish you was in hell. Anyway.
Real quick, for edification.
Shall seek
Romans
death.
11 and 1. I say then, hath the Most High cast away his people? Yahweh Shema shall forbid, for I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin.
Right. Hey man, listen. Go ahead.
They
Yeah.
always try to use Paul, but they fail to realize that he's in the same position that we're in. We have American citizenship,
Right.
but we're not Americans, man.
Right.
Likewise, Paul, man. Paul had Roman citizenship,
Man,
but he was not a Roman.
if he had to stay here, I was gonna get it. Because is Paul an Egyptian or is he a Roman?
Right.
Was he an Egyptian or a Roman? Because one scripture said he was Egyptian.
Hey, see, Christianity used to help the so-called white man sleep at night. Christianity used to help that nigga sleep at night.
Yeah, because he got a lot what he got using that.
Not his word, it's cutting. This shit used to help him sleep at night. He got to forget about slavery. He can say, hey, I can just confess Jesus Christ. I ain't got to deal with none of that.
See, there go a lesson inside of a lesson.
None of
Lord
that
willing.
manifest destiny.
Right.
That's a lesson in a lesson right there.
Man,
I'ma
he
give
got
it.
Jake so
Bamboozled.
thrown off their rocker. They rather believe in hell than reincarnation.
Right.
Boy,
Yeah.
you got to be a sick
Nasty Nate got Jake bugged out, man. He's Christian.
I want to come back.
Right. Man, hey, that's beautiful, man. Are you saying because I'm a Gentile? No. And listen, man, that's what I was going to say. So you telling me what Paul did, he's going against the Messiah? How can the Lord say he only came for the Hebrew Israelites, right? In Matthew 15 and 24, Matthew 10, verse 5 and 6. But then you go to, Paul went to the Gentiles. So, hold on. Now, I tell you in Galatians 1, Paul said he was taught by Yahweh Shah. He said, I didn't get this from man. I received it by Yahweh Shah. So then you got Acts 9 when the Lord said he chose Paul as the chosen vessel. So, did Paul do something different with the Messiah did?
But now,
That's crazy.
But like you bring it up, now Christianity has questions to answer, man.
Right.
Because we've answered all the questions.
We done with all of them. The apostles and elder bishops, we done answered every question that a Christian come up with.
Every single one, bro.
These are not based on your interpretation.
No.
Man,
Unbelievable.
they try to get Jake with the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
With what's his name? The
Cornelius.
Centurion. Cornelius.
Right.
Try to get Jake with Cornelius.
The Acts 10 chapter. Yup.
And so many other things they try to trip. Oh, well, it does say buy nor sell in Deuteronomy 28:68. It said no man shall buy you. See, you weren't following.
Right. You offer yourself, but no man bought you.
All those.
But then the scripture say we shall be redeemed without money.
Come on.
And then that's in Isaiah 52. But then in 1 Corinthians 6, it said we was bought with a price. Hold on, which one is it?
So who's lying? John 3:16. For God so loved the world.
Right.
All of that has
Right.
been broken down through the Spirit. Now you have to answer questions.
Right, now you gotta, hey, the Edomite that came to me the other Friday ago, he told me, after I hit him with all those precepts, he told me John 3:16. I say, I read John 7 and 9 to him, 17 and 9. The Lord said, I pray for them, I pray not for the world. I said, who is it? He said, what verse is that? He said, could you read that again? Yeah. I said, so what world is this? If John 3 and 16 is talking about the whole world, who is Yahweh Shah talking about in John 17 and 9?
So they're going to directly contradict themselves and a couple of chapters over.
Come on, man. And a few chapters over? Come on, then we might as well throw the book away. Yeah, he like, see now what happened? He went to the Israelites first. I said, bro. Yeah.
Hey, then when you try to get them to explain hell, they can't, man.
He can't, we dealt with it. He said, see, hell. I said, so you telling me Jonah was in the fish belly, right? He like, yeah. He said he was in Sheol. I said, okay. So was it fire in the fish belly? Was he on fire? Was he burning? Because I said, because if I remember correctly, Jonah got sent back out of Nineveh,
Right.
and went to go prophesy. So,
But you burn in hell forever.
right.
So what,
Man, I had that motherfucker eating out on the rope. They had 3 Jakes out there with me.
so hey.
Man, Christianity is through, man.
And that's what you realize, bro. Christianity is done. As a religion, it's done. It was never true to begin with. And now as Esau is being brought out, so are his doctrines, man.
Right.
And Christianity is another doctrine of the so-called white man.
Hey, and that the title of the lesson is, as Babylon falls, all the truth is out, man. Everything is revealed on the so-called white man. He lied about the lies that he lied about.
And his lies are deep. That's why the Lord said in Malachi the 4th chapter, he's going to have to root him up.
Right.
Because his roots are deep.
It's deep, man.
It's deep. This man literally repainted history.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
To where now you niggas are arguing up and down whether or not King James was a so-called
Yeah.
white man or whether or not Jake had ruled for 1,000
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
They think the Dark Ages or the Byzantine Empire was just
Bro, and I want to know where the hell this story come from that King James was a homo, man. Where that story come
That
from,
came
man?
after his death. That was a slander that was made after his death. I forget the guy who did it.
See, I know it's there. You just gotta look at it like Pastor, you gotta look it up. But man, what the hell? Why would a story come out? But you know, get Psalm 119 and 69 because this is what the so-called white man has done. This nigga forged lies on us, man. You got it.
Yeah. This is Psalms 119 and 69. It reads, the proud have forged a lie against me,
Right.
but I will keep thy precepts with my whole heart.
See, the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai has led us through our spiritual fathers and spiritual uncles to these precepts, man. In these precepts, the words of the Lord is truth. That's Psalms. Hey, give me Psalms 33 and 4.
33.
Yeah.
Psalms 33 and verse 4.
See,
Anthony Weldon.
this nigga done forced lies on us, man. He done forced lies on our forefathers, man. This nigga talking about everybody in the Bible is white, man. But the Lord got a law in the Bible in Leviticus 13 about leprosy. How is this possible? The Lord gonna send his only begotten son on the planet Earth to walk in flesh as a white man.
Be as one that is dead.
Come on, man. Even they said this is a sin. Lay not this sin upon us. We beseech you. Come on, man.
Hey, it was a curse, man.
It
Gehazi.
was a curse.
Gehazi got Moses' sister, Miriam
Right,
got
right.
cursed
That's
like
what
that.
we did. Right. And Gehazi had, that nigga got leprosy because that nigga was born greedy for gain.
Yeah. He cursed his whole family line,
Yeah.
man.
The little albinos in the earth right now. That's Gehazi line. You got it.
It says, Psalms 33 and 4, for the word of the Lord is right.
Right. For the word of the Lord is right, man. We telling you thus saith the Lord. He talking about what religion? Nigga, religion, that's neither. Hebrew Israelites. Hebrew Israelites from respected tribes. So-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians are the Lord's chosen people. And he's only coming back to save these people, man. A remnant of them. And if you can't get it, we ain't sorry, man. We ain't sorry. We ain't gonna apologize, man. This ain't for you. So you telling me because I'm a Gentile? No, you cannot. If you are a heathen, there is no salvation for you. You might well go to Lowe's and Home Depot and get you a chain.
And
I keep telling you this.
the so-called white man be offended.
Yeah, he was
You
offended.
telling him some shit that he can't be included in.
What?
Right.
Because he used to having access to everything.
Right.
Probably to go home and kill his whole family.
Right. And
Honey,
that's-
get the kids. I got 6 bullets.
And that's something, right? When we're in the outside looking in, we were excluded from society.
Exactly.
Now here we are, so you're not included in the society to come, and we're committing a crime or something.
What say? It's a small circle and it can't be penetrated.
Right.
It's a small, exclusive circle and it can't be penetrated, man.
Like Brother Nahali always said, a private meeting in
Public place, man.
Right.
The Lord has closed the breaches. The breaches is closed. The breaches to the kingdom of heaven is closed, man. And it's only for Hebrew Israelites, man. Sorry, not sorry. You got it.
I got one for you. This is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, verse 8.
Yeah, the so-called white man as a nation of people, they had their run.
Look.
And now that run is coming to an end. It had a violent opening. It's going to have a violent end.
Man. And that's what the scriptures say. It say the kingdom of heaven in Matthew 11:12 suffered violence, and the violent took it by force.
Right.
And that's the same way he got to go out.
That's why, according to the Bible, there is nothing good coming to America.
Nothing.
Especially if you're talking about God. Don't even talk about God and America in the same sentence concerning salvation.
Man.
The Lord ain't bringing nothing but thunder this way.
That's it.
It ain't nothing but judgment. The Lord about to turn this shit into a thunderdome.
Fervent heat.
Mad Max beyond the Thunderdome.
Now we want to see it. As Lord willing, we be a part
Lord
of that
willing.
number. We want to see it.
Lord willing.
We want to see the get
Lord
back.
willing.
As terrifying as it is, we want to see that, man.
Man.
This nigga did too much, man. You got Israelites saying you shouldn't talk about him. Yeah, come on, man. The righteous men waited centuries to get to this point, man.
Lower your voice, the white man coming back.
Hey, man, our forefathers got sick, literally on the visions they seen.
Yeah.
Got sick. Because you know they more than likely realized the Lord ain't coming back for a minute. They got sick. I think Daniel got sick after he seen that vision, man.
Yeah.
Ezra got sick, man.
Imagine that. You watching people get put to death in a whole nother lifetime. With technology you can't even explain. Watching people get put to death, you're like, oh shit. It's like you just in the middle of it, like Ezra say, woe is me. You just watching people get put to death in the future.
Man, especially all the visions the Lord dropped on Ezra. Man, I could just imagine like seeing all that, like.
That'll fuck you up, man.
Yeah.
They say righteous men have desired to see those things they have not seen. Now we're in that time through the Spirit. We had so many forefathers that have died with their anger built up. Now I wish I could.
Yep.
The devils. You know, like Trey on Boys in the Hood and they in the crib swinging.
Yeah.
Now we get to swing with the real spirit.
Swinging it in.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, verse 8. For regarding not wisdom, they got not only this hurt, that they knew not the things which were good, but also left behind them to the world a memorial of their foolishness.
It's a memorial of foolishness. Don't nobody want to be a so-called white man now. They might have 80 years ago, 50 years ago, 40 years ago. Now that shit is played because now all of that shit he did is coming back to haunt. The average Edomite, not just the elites, the average Edomite is the ones getting called out on the highways and hedges in every major city that brothers are in. And beginning with our apostles and elders. It's the average Edomite that's getting called out for what their elites are doing. Like, they not the devil by themselves, you is too. I don't care if you're an HVAC engineer. The Lord didn't care about them Egyptians. When that curse came down, the Lord didn't say move that Egyptian out the way. He just a little employee. He ain't. Nah, firstborn dead, great and small.
Yep.
The Lord dealt that card as a national judgment.
You're a Hamite, you got to go.
Yeah. When the Lord brought that judgment against Egypt, it wasn't just Pharaoh. Pharaoh made the decision.
Yep.
Pharaoh was the stubborn-hearted one that was like, nah, we ain't gonna let him go. But all of them suffered for that, man.
Hey, and that's beautiful because the Lord is linking the so-called white man directly to Pharaoh,
Right.
man, to the same action. Oh, you got it.
Just because you catching hell don't mean you exempt from the judgment. You can imagine. There were probably some Egyptians out there before the Lord slayed all the firstborn. Niggas was probably struggling. Maybe a cattle herder, maybe a shopkeeper, struggling. He just heard about what's going on with the Israelites in Egypt, but he ain't really into it. He trying to survive. Right. Next thing you know, his firstborn dead.
Right.
They go out the house, he look at his neighbor, they firstborn dead. But them niggas, they was living the Egyptian check to check. They wasn't in Pharaoh's courts.
Right.
They were just average Egyptians. They still got it, man.
Right.
Just like us as a nation of people, the righteous and the wicked. We all went into captivity. That was a national judgment. The Lord ain't say he ain't leave nobody exempt. Even Jeremiah himself had to go into captivity. Your king shall go into captivity. Those whose judgment was not to drink the cup, we have assuredly drunk it. Now it's Esau's turn, man. We don't feel no pity for him, great or small, man.
Hey, I want to read this. I'm going to read these because I mentioned how, to tell you in Psalms 9, the Lord makes the point of the so-called white man linking him perfectly with Pharaoh and the wickedness, the power, the height, the arrogance. This is our Psalm 74 and 14, verse 13. Thou didst divide the sea by thy strength, thou breakest the heads of the dragons in the water. Thou breakest the heads of the Leviathan in pieces and gave him to be meat to the people inhabited in the wilderness. Now it talks about Esau going to restore what he stole from us, right? So read this.
Isaiah 27. In that day the Lord with his sword and great and strong sword.
Right.
Verse?
Isaiah 27. Isaiah 27, what?
Verse 1?
Yeah, okay.
In that day the Lord with his sword and great and strong sword
Right.
shall punish Leviathan,
Right.
the piercing serpent.
You see that? Go ahead.
even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea.
See that? So I'm gonna read this again. Psalm 74 and 14, Psalm 74 and 13. Thou didst divide the sea by thy strength. Thou breakest the heads of the dragons in the waters. Thou breakest the heads of Leviathan in pieces, and gave him to be meat to the people inhabiting the wilderness. See, same thing the Lord did to Pharaoh and the Egyptians. He's gonna do it to the so-called white man and all the Edomites, man.
That's as a collective. That's as a nation. Not just Elon Musk and Bill
Right.
Gates and all of the elite y'all complain about draining the swamp. You average Edomites are gonna go for y'all gonna fall to them.
Right.
According to the judgment of the Lord.
Ezekiel 35 say prophesied against Edom. It said the men, right? That point real quick.
Because why do you get to go to Thailand and you get treated well? Why do people have this perception of you when they look at you? Because they look at you and you're synonymous with power and leadership.
Right.
So there's a common benefit. What people call modern day white privilege is really just ruling class privilege. It's the privilege of the ones who are in rulership. Well,
Right.
just like you partook in the privilege, you're going to also partake in the consequence. And a part of that consequence is the shame that covers you as a nation of people for what y'all have done to our people.
Right. So I'm gonna read just this point. Ezekiel 35 and 6. It reads, therefore as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast now hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth about, and him that returneth. So it's talking about them as a nation, man.
Right.
The Edomites. It said, Isaiah 34 and 5, it say, all thy doom you, man.
I got one. It's Wisdom of Solomon chapter 18 and verse 11. The master and the servant were punished after one manner.
That's it.
And like as the king, so suffered the common person.
Right. So as we read the Psalm 74 and that Isaiah 27:1, the Lord referenced both of those dragons, man. Those serpents. Talk about the Egyptian empire and the so-called white man last empire, which is this rulership right now, man. This it. This is their last hope, man.
Because when you look at ancient Egypt, Pharaoh was oppressing his own people too.
Right.
When you really go into the nooks and crannies of what they was doing, he was oppressing his own people. That didn't stop the Lord when judgment came.
Right.
The Lord didn't say move a couple of them Egyptians out the way. Nah, it was the whole family. We got judged as a family. Esau's going to be judged the same way, man.
Hey, it's beautiful because, like the brother mentioned, it's beautiful for Esau to be going out the same way that the Egyptians went out because they followed the same blueprint.
Same
The
blueprint.
same guys, the same society.
Yep.
They followed the same blueprint, so they're going to follow the same
ideology. Yep. Bowling, beer, come from
condoms.
makeup,
Yep.
vibrators,
All that.
everything, all that come from Egypt, man. The same culture from Egypt is here in America, man.
And on top of that, now we're seeing once again the specific way the Lord judges, because there's a certain way the Lord judges. If he judges individuals, and when the individuals are off, the whole nation.
Got it right here. Job 34 and 29. When he giveth quietness, who then can make trouble? And when he hideth his face, who then can behold him, whether it be done against a nation or against a man only? Right.
Read the next one.
Verse 30, that the hypocrite reign not, lest the people be ensnared.
Because right now the people are ensnared. They see Esau ruling and they don't see a consequence.
Right.
So they think, oh, okay, it's chicken. We all can do this. That's why the Lord's going to make him a public example, so that the simple will be wise, man, when they see it.
Which is Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquities of their fathers,
Right.
that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with pity. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord.
And to cut off the son and the nephew, I mean, there's no more lineage for your seed line. Because those are the men. Yep.
I will also make it a possession for the bittern,
Right.
and pool of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction,
Right, the Lord-
saith the Lord of hosts.
That means the Lord finna clean America up.
Fervent heat.
With fervent heat, man. He finna clean it up, man. With fervent heat. Y'all got anything else?
I got one.
You got
It's
it.
Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 11 in the GNT. It says, masters suffered the same punishment as their slaves. Because the elites are the masters of the society, and the slaves are really all of the population. All of the people, when you deal with a national judgment that the Lord's going to send against Esau, Edom, it's going to be from their greats to their commons.
Right.
All right, it says the king endured the same loss as the common people.
Get that?
Isaiah 24.
Yep. Right at one.
Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty.
This is what Yahweh Shema Shah finna do. He finna make it empty, man. Go ahead.
And maketh it waste,
Talking about America, Babylon the Great, first and foremost. Go ahead.
and turneth it upside down,
Right.
and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof.
Go ahead.
And it shall be,
And it shall be. Go ahead.
as with the people,
As with the people.
so with the priests.
Go ahead. See, because the Lord put us under the foot of the so-called white man. Go ahead.
As with the servant, so with his master.
Right. Go ahead.
As with the maid, so with her mistress.
Right.
As with the buyer, so with the seller.
That's what we were making the point earlier. When the so-called white man put his women on the plantation, then Jake women came right behind that. But it was his women first. Go ahead.
As with the lender, so with the borrower.
So who lend money? Who control the bank? The so-called white man. Right? Read that line before that.
As with the buyer, so with the seller.
Right. So who control all the resources? Who control the Walmarts and the Publix and the Costco's and the BJ's? The so-called white man. They control all the resources. The Lord said that's a curse to you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, West Indians, and Haitians. Go ahead.
Right.
As with the lender, so with the borrower.
Go ahead with the lender, so with the borrower. We got to do what they say do.
Yep.
Right? They control all the plantations. We call it a job. I don't care what. You making $500,000 a year, $100,000 a year. It's still a plantation. You still working for the so-called white man. Go ahead.
As with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury.
And the Lord said we don't supposed to do usury unto your brother. Now they over to the Edomite, the so-called white man, talking about we brothers. But why y'all taxing us with usury? And we brothers. Let me get 1,000. I'm gonna give you 1,000 back. You gotta take them back 1,500.
And you that way you always stay in the hole, man.
But we your brothers though. When we talking about salvation, are we brothers in Christ?
Right.
So we all bleed
But when we ain't talking about salvation, it's a go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always salvation when it benefits him.
Right.
It's always we bleed red when it benefits him.
Well, when it's time for war, we all bleed red.
Right. That's the hypocrisy of the so-called white man, which is our enemy, man. And the Lord says he's gonna put yoke of iron on our neck, man.
Right. Top up.
And this nigga tell me, so I'm a Gentile, so I can't get salvation. No, you can't. Thus saith the Lord, man. I ain't write this.
Right. Go ask your people about that shit.
Right.
Don't come over here and ask us about you getting salvation, man. You a part of that. The shame is gonna cover them as a people, man.
People.
Because they've been doing that. Every time you call out what they've done, well, it wasn't me. My
Right.
fathers
I
never
wasn't
had-"
there.
No. Just like you benefit from the privilege, when you walk in the room, people look at you as innocent,
Yep.
as trustworthy. That's a common benefit from your deception that you spread across the planet.
And the elder had that clip in the video, Elder Anak in the video. I got finished watching it. It was like 12 minutes ago. Then they went to jail in Malcolm X. And he showed the word
Right,
black
right,
and white.
right.
One
Right.
word for white said innocent.
Right.
And he was like, what? Yeah, that's the so-called
that-
white man.
And that's the perception that you placed out in the earth. This is why they can go to Thailand with $1,500 in their pocket and get treated like chump.
Hey, he said, hold on, who wrote this book? He said, white man wrote this. So what we reading this then? Ain't no black book, ain't no black dictionary.
Right.
Yeah, man, this nigga lied. Hey, but now we're in the end times, the truth is out, man. The Lord said, hey, let's close to get Jeremiah 49 and 10 to close out with that, man. The Lord has made the so-called white man barren, man. He lied about the lies that he lied about. Job 13 and 4 said they are forges of lies. The same way I mention all the time, I like watching the show Forge in the Fire, man. But Esau good at making weapons. He good at making swords, daggers, gun. Every gun is Smith & Wesson, Ruger. Those are all white people names, man. Okay? He's good at that, right? Glock. Nigga talking about, well, no, we don't do switches. We don't make those. Yes, you niggas do. Huh? Who created the 3D printers? Niggas don't own shops to make this shit. Yeah. You lied about the lies that he's the forge of lies, man. The same way the nigga good at making weapons, the next thing to making weapons is him lying. Actually, that's the first thing. Cause it said he come out the womb speaking lies. What is that, Psalms 53? Yeah, Psalm 58 and 3. He come out the womb speaking lies as soon as they be born, man. And then he make weapons.
Forge his tongue as a sword.
Before he forged his tongue as a sword.
It's a new word every single day, man.
Now you can't even find the old dictionary that said black means dark, evil, wicked, void of life, white means righteous, pure, holy. They done changed it.
Even on the blue letter, when they do that maintenance, they change this shit, man.
Yeah. That's Esau, cause he's loose. Salakia. He has lost the information war. Information age that the so-called white man is on the ground. Now we stomping on that shit. And we don't need their validation. We never did, man. You got it.
Proverbs 28 and 10. Whoso causes the righteous to go astray in an evil way,
Yep.
he shall fall himself into his own pit.
And that's what he did to us as a nation of people, man. The Lord let him do it, but this is what he done to us, man. And he got to pay for that. You can't read that one more time.
Proverbs 28 and 10. Whoso causeth the righteous to go astray in an evil way, he shall fall himself into his own pit.
And we are watching the so-called white man's kingdom fall, man. It's falling. 2/3 don't see it, but it says in Proverbs 29:18, where there is no vision, the people perish. So they're going to perish right along with them because they see Esau's vision. 2/3 don't see the Lord's vision. They see Esau's vision, as they supposed to. You got it.
But the upright shall have good things in possession.
Right, which is the kingdom of heaven, man. And first, our name, man. Lord willing, we didn't do it to the end. Our names, man.
Right.
It's a name. A good name is better than precious ointment, man. So it's that name right there, man. Because Lord willing, we be those elect men that make it. Do you know you get to bring back your whole lineage of people? My family line. I get to bring back my daddy and my brothers and all my side of the family, man. That's gonna be, man.
And I thought there would be no sex in the kingdom.
Yeah, okay. You get to still have your whole lineage. Man, but anyway, we close out with that, man.
It's Jeremiah 48 and 10.
Yep.
But I've made Esau bare. I have uncovered his
49 and
secret.
10?
49 and 10.
Okay, yeah.
But I made Esau bare.
Right,
I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself.
right.
The seed is full, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not.
And that's what we just read in Isaiah 21, Isaiah 14. It says he's cutting off his seed. He's cutting off the seed, so there is no return for the so-called white man. His kingdom, I want to get that one precept, but it's all good. When he told Nebuchadnezzar that his kingdom has been found wanting, yeah, let's close with that. Cut a writing on the wall, the point I want to make on that. Right, Belshazzar, right. The writing is on the wall, man. And we see it, but you have to have the eyesight to see it. Where there is no vision, the people perish. You got to have the eyesight to see the vision, man. And call out Yahweh Shema Shah, because we see the vision and we understand it. And we taking covering, Lord willing. We trying to get behind Yahweh Shema Shah, man. Ain't no other way out of this. You got it.
Daniel 5 and 24. Then was the part of the hand sent from him, and this writing was written. And this is the writing that was written, many tekel upharsin. This is the interpretation of the thing. Meaning, God hath numbered thy kingdom and finished it.
Right.
Tekel, thou art weighed in the balances and art found wanting. Perez, thy kingdom is divided and given to the means and thirst.
Right. And it said that have been found wanting, right? When you go to what is that? Ecclesiastes. I just thought about this. Let me get this. Ecclesiastes 4 and 16, right? No, that ain't it. The one I wanna, it say it mentions being wanting. what is that? It's Ecclesiastes 10. Yeah, that's it. Yep. Ecclesiastes 1 and 15. But remember we read Isaiah 27 about the crooked serpent, the piercing serpent. It reads Ecclesiastes 1 and 15, that which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. They're talking about the Edomites.
Like I said,
Yeah. So yeah, that was it though. Yeah, and that which was the scripture say is now, man. And the Lord required that which is past. Hey, so Lord was edifying. We'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of Great Millstone, who well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, ready to accept it or not. And a sincere salutation to all the oxen pushing this truth and believing this truth, the four winds of the earth, the entire world. Again, shedding light to the open elect. Shalom to the outwalk who are listening, learning. You from sisters who are listening to opportunity in. May Yahweh Shema shall continue to bless you in your houses. May the blessing of the elect be upon your house. The next time we say Shalom.
Shalom.
Wa Abba.